नमस्कार देवियों और सज्जनों, नई दिल्ली की इंदिरा गांधी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डे में आपका स्वागत है। कृपया अपनी कुर्सी की पेटी बांधे रखें और विमान की पूरी तरह रुक जाने तक अपने स्थान पर बने रहें। अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए अपने मोबाइल फोन्स का प्रयोग न करें। ऊपरी सामान कक्ष को खोलते समय सावधानी बरतें। आशा है आपकी यात्रा सुखद रही। हमारे साथ यात्रा करने के लिए धन्यवाद।
Because we're always in a hurry. Get super-fast wireless broadband with Reliance Net Connect. Now upload heavy files, transact, video chat and do more at unbelievable speeds.
Safari, now for rupees 7.75 lakhs only. क्या आपकी रोज की भागदौड़ में ब्रेकफास्ट का न्यूट्रिशन श्रिंक हो रहा है?
You need 100% breakfast.
Tropicana 100% में है 9 fruit nutrients. अब हर सुबह ऐड कीजिए अपने ब्रेकफास्ट में fruit nutrition. Tropicana की 6 layers सुरक्षा के साथ. Let's make breakfast 100%.
Top stories tonight. Hundreds of thousands of Egyptians march for a change in political regime as unrest enters the 8th day. Indian FMCG companies say revenues may be hit as factories in Egypt remain closed.
Credit policy signal hits home. HDFC hikes home loan rates. Several banks like Bank of Baroda and Indian Bank may also hike deposit and lending rates.
The Prime Minister is tired of waiting, asked the Finance Ministry to integrate goods and services tax in Budget 2011.
On to U.S. markets now, and Wall Street continues to rise, nearly raising losses from Friday's sell-off in the wake of the turmoil in Egypt. The S&P has in fact picked up over 1%, rising around, 1,300, rising above that level for the first time since August 2008. The economic data that cheered the U.S. markets, well, the ISM's manufacturing index rising to a greater than expected 60.8 in January. That's, of course, picking up from 58.5 in December. Construction spending, however, fell 2.5%, and as we mentioned, Dow, Nasdaq are all faring well and holding strong. Dow around 1% higher, Nasdaq about 1.5% into the green.
All right, economic news back home. India's trade deficit for December shrunk to 2.6 billion from 8.9 billion in November and 11.7 billion in December 2009. Now, while a narrowing deficit is good news, that is accompanied by a 36% export growth, and that is creditable. But what's worrisome is that imports in December are down 11%, with oil imports falling 16% and non-oil imports falling 9%.
Now, Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal's recent announcement of the broad contours of the new telecom policy has received mixed responses from mobile operators, as Malvika Jain finds out. Take a look.
Kapil Sibal's announcement that all mobile service operators will have to henceforth pay for spectrum at market rates has not been received favorably by mobile operators, particularly the new licensees.
Our member companies that have been granted licenses under that 2008 grant believe that they were entitled to 6.2 and not just 4.4. And so obviously those are things that those companies will be reviewing very carefully.
Older operators who have invested substantially in setting up infrastructure, however, are adopting a wait-and-watch strategy.
For us, it is actually a long-term play, and we have seen that as far as that is concerned, we are absolutely in the right place at the right time.
Sibal's announcement that he's working on developing a merger and acquisition policy for mobile service providers has been criticized by Rajya Sabha MP Rajiv Chandrasekhar, who alleges that it is an attempt to bail out the beneficiaries of the alleged 2G scam.
While Communications Minister Kapil Sibal's announcements of the broad contours of the new telecom policy have received mixed initial responses from the telecom companies, stakeholders are waiting for more details before formulating a more concrete view on this new policy. In New Delhi, Malvika Jain.
Well, there are more suitors for Hero Honda's stake. This time it's the government of Singapore. That and more when we return.
And does India's move to IFRS accounting mean bye-bye ESOPs? Well, we find out.
India Business Hour, brought to you by Bajaj Capital, always acting in your interest. Vodafone. IndusInd Bank, aapni chaha, humne kiya. Tomorrow Together, Hitachi, inspire the next. And Kotak Securities, the best broker in India.
We're dreaming while we're awake. No time to waste today. The world is our playground.
Has the government delivered on the promises it made in its last budget? Has the UPA's economic performance been average, satisfactory or good? Did the last budget live up to its expectations? Find out on the Budget Report Card with me, Shireen Bhan.
Presented by Aditya Birla Group, taking India to the world. Associate sponsor LIC of India, Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi. Supported by Mint, refreshing clarity in business.
Well, here's a look at what else is making news in the world of business. CNBC TV 18 learns the government of Singapore has entered the fray for stake in Hero Honda and is looking to pick up between 7 to 8% in the company via GIC or Temasek Holdings. Meanwhile, Bain Capital may be leading the race amongst the private equity firms to buy Hero Honda's stake. The deal is likely to be carried out only in May as the Munjals are waiting for favorable market conditions.
Now, the Goa government has ordered the closure of Delta Corp's offshore casino, the Casino Royale, for failing to get mandatory licenses from the Directorate General of Shipping. Delta Corp is taking legal steps on the order and is also looking to get the DG's nod for the casino.
In the 2G's case, the Supreme Court said the 2G telecom licenses cannot be cancelled on the basis of the CAG report. The Apex Court has adjourned the case to the 1st of March.
And Mercedes-Benz has reintroduced its hyper-luxury sedan, the Maybach, in India. The new Maybach comes in two variants, the 57S, which is priced at 4.85 crores, and the 62 variant that's priced at 5.10 crores. That's, of course, ex-showroom in Delhi. The company is aiming its cars at Indian buyers who can't afford private jets, it seems.
Well, back to mundane stuff. SR's BPO Aegis has signed the largest deal in the IT sector in recent times, worth $2 billion with Saudi Telecom. But that's just the beginning. It's also forming a joint venture with Saudi Telecom. Kritika Saxena joins us now from Dubai with more. Kritika.
Well, yes, Aegis BPO has signed one of the largest deals in the IT BPO sector in recent times, worth a whopping $2 billion with Saudi Telecom. Now, as a part of this deal, the two companies will be signing a near-equal joint venture coined as Contact Center Company. So, while the initial contract, which is of about $2 billion, will come to an end in about 8 years, the joint venture, which has been formed, will continue to function. In fact, the company has pretty much indicated that even after the contract, the $2 billion contract, ends in 8 years, they are likely to continue this particular contract and extend it to a further number of years. I did catch up with the management of both the companies and asked them about the contours of this deal and what it means for both the companies going forward.
In fact, it's a near equal JV, and we will have the ability to do consolidation. So we have the consolidation right. So it's a near equal JV, and it's a balance of convenience from both sides that is there in this JV. In the initial stages, about 5,000 people is going to move. There are going to be employees of STC who are going to move into this JV. And in terms of our contribution, I think a team of about 25 to 50 people will be assembled from all over the world from Aegis, who will do the management oversight. And as part of the joint venture construct, it is very clear that the management is going to be done by Aegis, and STC is going to give us strategic air cover and whatever is required to grow this business in the region.
Well, the joint venture will exist as long as STC exists, be it in Saudi Arabia or all other markets worldwide. So the joint venture will last, hopefully, inshallah, forever. The life of the contract, as any other contract, it has a lifetime but renewable, and the need for this service will continue forever. Now, the financials, there will be gains in the near term as benchmark between 20 to 30% cost saving. And in terms of financial of this company will be profitable and will generate or create value for both shareholders.
And coming up next on India Business Hour, does India's move to IFRS accounting mean bye-bye ESOPs? Well, we find out.
It's that time of the year when the world's most powerful people discuss the most important issues of our time. And CNBC TV 18's Medika Doshi will be right in the middle of the action.
Davos preparing to host the only one of its